Okay, time for episode 12. Let's not waste any time and jump straight into it.
She's beautiful, Desi.
Why is it that every time they're watching a horse in the ring, the horse has got uncontrollable energy and just has to run around? I don't understand. Why can't they just be watching a calm horse, walking around, looking at the sun, minding its own business, doing its own thing? Why does the horse, every time they're in the ring, have to have an uncontrollable amount of energy that they have to burn out? If that's the case, you put them in a field or a paddock and let them run around, and not a small little ring.
Her name is Adagio. Isn't it, Desi? Maybe.
Why is Veronica on a horse and everybody else just sitting around the fence? Like, I need the backstory here.
What about Jellybean? Don't be ridiculous. Jellybean. That's cute. Cute. A horse's name needs to be elegant, like Adagio.
Your horse's name is Garnet. Your horse is named after a shade of red. That's a bit hypocritical, Veronica.
What a good girl. You like that name, don't you, Jellybean? Well, I don't. Like, it's not your horse then, isn't it?
I was about to say the exact same thing. It's not you who has to live with the life choices. Anyway.
Desi is my friend and it's her horse. So her name will be Adagio.
I really wish Desi had the guts to stand up for herself. And I know we get that in one of the last episodes of why she doesn't stand up for herself. But I just wish Desi had the confidence to say, Veronica, shut up. This is not your horse. It's not your decision. You don't pay for those fees. You don't pay for this horse. You don't pay for the vet. You don't pay for the farrier. You don't pay for the dentist. I do, therefore I'm naming this horse. When we first got Secrets, she actually came with the name Dreams because her name was Tamarinda Secret Dreams. And we got her when she was 7. And when we got her, we just changed it to Secrets because we liked it better. But she actually came with the name Dreams because her show name was Tamarinda Secret Dreams. So yeah, fun fact for you, that horses can change their names later in life. And I think Secrets fitted her much better.
Starving.
Oh, not too many sweets. If you're really hungry, eat something healthy, like an apple.
Ugh.
Yes.
Lisa's growing up to be one of those parents. Yeah.
Mother. Already figured out these. I'm in.
Oh, don't you eat all of those?
I told you.
I'm hungry too.
It's a really bad day when the grown-up in the room disagrees with you. Really puts you to shame, doesn't it, Lisa?
Carol, this arrived for you in the mail.
Really?
No, she's lying. I hate when people say really. It's one of my pet peeves. I absolutely hate it. Like, I might be having a conversation with a family member. I'll be like, oh, I went for a walk around the lake. Really? No, I'm lying. Made the whole thing up. I hate when people say this has come for you. Really? Like, oh, I hate it. It's my pet peeve. Stop saying really after I've told you something. Do you really expect me to turn around and be like, no, I was lying. Made the whole thing up. I'm a liar. You caught me. If you hadn't said really, I would have got away with my lie. It is my pet peeve. And I can't get over it.
Adagio. Yeah. You know what your right name is, don't you?
Veronica, you held out an apple. You could have called that horse a shithead and it still would have come. I love how they've come out like, oh, what was that? Like they've never heard anyone sneeze before. It's just the way they're so curious about the sneeze. It's like people sneeze all the time. They can sneeze because of dust. They can sneeze because of the weather. They can sneeze for any reason at all. You don't need to act that curious.
Are you okay? Sounded like an explosion in here.
Are you kidding me, Lisa? I've heard worse sneezes. And if you haven't, you need to get out more.
The emergency dismount, Desi.
Kick your feet out of the stirrups, drop the reins, then lean forward, grab the neck in a big hug, and then slide off.
Can other people confirm to me their emergency dismounts? Because I don't ever remember that being my emergency dismount. And I would like to know other people's opinions if that was their emergency dismount. Because it certainly wasn't mine.
Looks like you got yourself a roller, Desi. She rolled once. It doesn't make her a roller.
Yeah, all horses roll. Like, just because you see them rolling doesn't mean they are rollers. In this case, she is being manipulated, as we'll find out later. But horses roll. It is unusual that they'll roll with tack on, but it does happen. I must say, the Saddle Club girls are riding in pretty nice clothes. Like, I would not be wearing that sort of top if I was going riding. For me, I'd be wearing that top if I was going out, or an everyday top. I wouldn't be wearing that riding. It just seems too nice of a top for me.
I know what to do. You don't need to worry. I'm not worried. Rolling can be a serious problem. What if it happens during a competition?
Now, a horse has rolled once. You've seen this horse roll once. You've never seen her roll ever since. And suddenly they're so concerned about her rolling. I wouldn't have taken that as a roller horse. A horse that rolls constantly, is always scratching itself up against a post, then you would think, all right, this horse has kind of some kind of allergies and we need to give it an allergy bath or put it on allergy medication. But you wouldn't be thinking after one roll and there's no other signs that the horse needs to itch or scratch its head or has any other kinds of reactions to needing to itch to relieve, I wouldn't be thinking that horses roll. But that's just my personal opinion.
Can we borrow some?
Sure, why not?
Shampoo won't be enough for this problem, but...
At that point, if I was Desi, I'd be thinking, Veronica, what do you know that I don't? Clearly, you know something. What do you know that I don't? You're keeping something up. I don't like it. Tell me now. But I can read signs.
It's worth a try. You'll be wasting your time, trust me.
Like Simon said, it's worth a try. But she's all like... I'd be thinking, Veronica, what have we got to lose? We do it, doesn't work, we try something else. I'd be thinking, Veronica, you know something that I don't. But she clearly doesn't read between the lines.
I hope it's done the trick. There's only one way to find out. Let's take her out for a hack. Great idea.
You've just washed your horse. Chances are she's not fully dry yet. And you want to put a saddle, blanket, and saddle on her. Usually you'd wash your horse at the end of the day, where they can then go out into their paddock and dry off. You wouldn't wash your horse to then ride them because you only have to redo that process later.
Where are the horses? Simon says. Well, in that case, we must do it. Since he's been around horses for, what, 5 minutes?
And if Desi agrees, obviously Desi sees a reason in that. She's also been around horses around the same time as you, Veronica, and she obviously agrees with Simon with that reasoning. She obviously sees that as a potential. But again, Desi has agreed with it. She's just as an experienced rider as you are, and you don't see it as an issue?
Wasted your time. Desi, pull her head up. What? Oh no, emergency dismount, Desi. Drop your stirrups.
I hope Veronica feels great about herself. She is plotting something and putting Desi through all this hell simply because she didn't call her horse what Veronica wanted her to call it. She is putting her through a living hell, all because of this. I think it's very hurtful.
Is this enough? Yeah. You're supposed...
See, Carol, that is more appropriate clothes to go horse riding in.
And I'm not itchy. So things go downhill when you're here? Pretty much. Well, then you must be allergic to something in the stables. Chaff?
The fact that Carol has been around certain items forever, like chaff, the hay, carrots, you'd be thinking, what have you been exposed to newly that you could be allergic to? Because you can't just gain an allergy. Well, you can, but it's more likely as young age, babies to toddlers sort of a thing, to be allergic to something newly. So you'd be thinking, what have you been exposed to in the recent days that you could be allergic to? So chaff and hay, you're just wasting your time. She's clearly not allergic to that.
It can't be right. What? Could you be allergic to horses?
Absolutely not. She could not be around horses one day and then absolutely flaring up the next. That's just not how allergies work.
And to make your horse 100% reliable. You really are a good friend. I like to think I am.
Again, no one is seeing in between the lines that clearly she's plotted something by the way she's acting, the way she gives off little information about how, if Desi trusts her, what she'll do to get the horse to stop being a roller. No one is seeing in between the lines here, or is it just me?
We mustn't let anybody know about this. Promise? We promise.
You're telling me that they're the only two people who can see that your eyes are watering, your nose is running. You think they're the only people who can see it? I'm pretty sure other people have noticed.
Tack with the germicidal soap. That won't do it. How can you be so sure?
Finally! She's finally questioning Veronica about her ways. As soon as Desi or Simon come up with an idea of how to fix the rolling, Veronica says it doesn't work. Desi's finally standing up for herself to be like, well, how do you 100% know? Finally.
That's my secret. All you've got to do is stop relying on amateurs and just ask me.
Okay, Simon may be an amateur when it comes to riding, but the fact that Desi agrees with him says that she has some kind of back knowledge. And if Desi's been riding the same time as you, same amount as you, and she sees that Simon's ideas are right, she's clearly agreeable. Like, she goes, right, yeah, that would make sense. I'm a Tack. I don't clean it as often as I should. Maybe that's an idea. Absolutely right. Maybe we should be washing Jellybean with an allocated shampoo. Absolutely right. She obviously has some kind of knowledge to agree with Simon. She's not just been riding 2 days and gone, yeah, you're right, Simon. Well, it's worth a try. She obviously has some kind of knowledge to be able to agree with Simon with that.
A fee? Trouble's got to eat.
It's not like you're doing anything anyway. Like, if you had your diary full and you were squeezing it in, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you're not doing anything. You're sitting around doing nothing.
Carol, I've been thinking about your allergy. I don't want to talk about it. You need to tell Mrs. Reg.
Something tells me, like, how has Carol gotten away with it with Mrs. Reg? I'm assuming as soon as she leaves the stable, she goes home. And the allergies don't just disappear the second she walks in the front door. So Mrs. Reg clearly would have seen her before the allergies subside a little bit. Something tells me Mrs. Reg already has maybe an inkling if she lives with Mrs. Reg and she sees her at the dinner table every night.
Be. Simon thinks something's up. Hopefully we'll see. Simon has us to tell what is wrong.
Why do they never secure this donkey? Like, he's sitting right next to them. They know he gets off in his own mind sometimes. Why not just secure him? I just don't get it. And how did Melanie not see that?
Wait, hold up a sec. Where's Trouble gone?
You need to get your peripheral vision checked. You know what? People aren't probably going to think twice of you walking into a tack room. Your locker's in there, your cup is in there, you got to go in there to get your stuff. But by you walking into the tack room looking around, that's when people are going to get sus. But if you just walked in there, no one's going to think twice. You have to go in there, your stuff's in there. Did Desi really not see that when she put on her blanket? I don't know if it was just me that I always had a view of my blanket before I put it on the horse. I don't know if that's just me or not though. But it shocks me that Desi didn't pick that up. Because when the saddle blanket is on, you do have to adjust it and go in from different angles, so I'm surprised she never felt that. Maybe she's not taking up correctly. You're telling me from that angle you knew exactly what she was doing. You knew that she had planted them there and she was pulling them out and you knew exactly what they were. I can't even tell what they are.
Remember, concentrate on the distances. That's the priority.
You're telling me that Mrs. Reg is only a few meters away from her and she can't tell that she's got problems with her eyes and that her face is swelling up.
Starlight, no.
I think Mrs. Reg needs glasses. Not me. Mrs. Reg needs glasses.
Know how many strides to take in between the jumps and when to take off.
She can't see, she can't judge the jumps. Her eyes are too runny.
There are people who are blind who can ride horses, you know, and do jumps perfectly fine. Saying that she's a problem with her eyesight means she can't jump. It's just a ludicrous thing. Like, come on. People who are blind can do jumps. It's not impossible. Well, it's a good thing they went with their polystyrene jumps today and not their wooden ones, because that would have broken your back.
You alright?
You alright? I'm fine. Let me try that again.
Again, Mrs. Ray was on her angle, was looking her directly in the eyes and couldn't say, Carol, your eyes look a little bit swollen for today. How about we give it a rest?
Do you know what you've done? It's for the best. She's taking me to the doctor today. It's dangerous.
Doctors can give you advice, but they can't force you to do things. So if the doctor says you're allergic to horses, don't go around horses, they can't physically stop you from going to see horses. You just have to take their advice in general to say, the doctor has told me I'm allergic to a horse, I can't be around them, I'm now doing this at my own risk. And then if anything happens, you legally then can't see your doctor. So again, you can do anything you want, even if the doctor tells you no, because you live your own life. Go Carol.
She needs me more than you do. She's got no one.
And Lisa has someone? Like, does Lisa have her gang behind her being like, yeah, at least we've got the 50 of us. Unlike you, Carol, you got no one. I've got my gang of 50. Like, come on. I've always found during season 3 that when there's a fight between the two of them, it will always be Lisa who gets singled out. Like, Carol and Stevie will always team up together. And that could just be because they're friends longer. But no matter what the argument is or who's fighting, it will always be Lisa who's singled out. I just wanted to point that out.
Here she comes.
Okay, let's take Jellybean for a run. I guarantee she won't roll.
But how can you guarantee that? Have you told Desi the reasons why Jellybean was rolling in the first place? You can't just say, by you doing what I say, Jellybean won't roll. You have to give the reason behind it. What did you do to stop Jellybean from rolling? I love this because the only window that was rolled down was the one on the passenger side. They have locked the car and gone and done their own thing. Are you not concerned about safety? Like, why would you leave a window down? And why did it just happen to the passenger side for Carol to roll up? Like, for God's sakes. Did Carol go to the car earlier, roll down the window, so she could roll it up in Lisa's face? Like, it just makes no sense why that was the only window that was rolled down. And I know it's for dramatic effect, but it pisses me off. No one leaves their windows rolled down in a car. And if they have to, because of temperature reasons, you'll find it's only down a smidge, so no one can get their hand in and jumpstart their car. It wouldn't have not been rolled down all that way.
Are they going to the doctor?
I wonder how Jack knew. Like, he's just come in from a ride. Did Mrs. Ray pass him on the way to be like, hey, I'm going to the doctor? Like, how did Jack know? How was he in the loop?
Mrs. Ray told me what happened. He did the right thing.
Okay, so obviously Mrs. Ray has spoken to Jack and been like, we're going to the doctor's at 3:30, just so you know. So maybe that's how it happened. But still, annoying.
She's not gonna roll. She's just hungry. She's getting something to eat.
Phew, you're right.
And one habit you should teach your horse is not to eat with the bit on. Again, you're in control when you ride that horse. Horses should not be able to eat when their bit is on. That should be their, I'm in training mode, I'm not to be disturbed. So she should not have let her horse eat. She should, no, Jellybean, we're not eating now, we'll eat later, sort of a mode.
Dibs, Veronica. Emergency dismount.
I'm sorry!
I mean, I'd prefer to be soaked than covered in mud. At least the water will dry out the mud Desi had to washing for that. So I'd rather be soaked than covered in mud. But that's just my priorities.
So, if it's grass seeds that are the problem, how did they go from one horse to the other?
Maybe they don't.
It wasn't from one horse to the other, it was to one saddle blanket to the other. And you guys should really check your tack before you saddle up, because everybody checks the inside of their blankets before they saddle up. I just used to air it out, I don't know why.
Please jump, Veronica. I don't think grass seeds do.
Unless they're the famous South American jumping seeds. You've heard of them, Veronica.
Oh yeah, she read them in the magazine this morning.
I'm not an expert on everything. Now, do you mind? I'm trying to read.
So I can't play the song due to copyright reasons, but it's basically how Mel and Jess don't do anything for free and you must pay them if you want their services. Another episode done and dusted. If you did like this episode, please give it a big thumbs up, and also please do subscribe for more, and please sign the petition that I have linked in the description below, and I will see you next time in the next episode. Bye guys.